This video will show you how to set up and configure the AudioMoth. So like with the minis, it will also have a label on the front of it here with a unique serial number. And then this circular part here is the microphone. So the first thing to do is to open it up, and inside you will take out this part of it here. It just comes out freely. So the AudioMoth, it requires 3 AA batteries, so you can just insert these here like this and the back. So the AudioMoth require a mini SD card like this, so you just insert it as the picture shows here in the top corner, just like that, and click it into place.
Okay, to start configuring the AudioMoth, we're going to first turn this switch in the bottom here to USB off position, and then we can connect our micro USB cable to the AudioMoth. And there it's connected to the computer, and you should see a green light here in the bottom indicating that it's connected properly. Once the AudioMoth unit is connected via the USB to micro USB cable to the computer, the first thing we want to do is to open the AudioMoth time app. All this app here does is it sets the time on the recorders. So all we need to do is click set time, and there you can see the time updated. From here on out, you want to be sure not to remove the batteries on the units, otherwise they will reset the clocks. Once the time is updated, we can X out of this window. And then next we're going to open the AudioMoth configuration app. You can see the time is accurate here in UTC. But first, before we change any settings, we want to go to File and then choose Local Time. This will make it easier when scheduling the time. So now you can see that time is updated for local time. On this recording window here, we want to change the gain to high, and this box here next to Enable Sleep or Record Cyclic Recording, we want to uncheck this. Those are the only settings we want to change on this recording window. And next we're going to move to the schedule window here. This is the window where we will set the start and end recording times of each unit. So unfortunately, unlike the wildlife acoustic saw meters, we are unable to set our recorders to start recording in respect to local sunrise times. So therefore we are going to create a buffer around those windows. So you're going to have to look up the local sunrise time in your area and then subtract 1 hour and 45 minutes from that time. So as an example, if your local sunrise time is 6:30 a.m., we're going to start the recording at 4:45 a.m. With the changing sunrise times each day, this should help us be sure to stay in the 45 minutes before sunrise window that we're trying to get, as with on the wildlife acoustic saw meters. From here, we want to end the recording 3 hours after the start. So in this case, it will be 7:45 a.m. Once you enter these times in, you can click Add Recording Period. Here in this bar, you'll be able to see in red where the recorders are recording every morning. If you accidentally make a mistake here, you can click the Clear All Periods button and enter the correct start and end recording times in there. But you just want to make sure that there's just one line in this box here. We're not going to change any settings in the filtering or advanced windows here. So after you get the recording window in this box here, all we need to do next is click Configure AudioMoth. The screen will go gray for 1 second roughly, after which the unit will be programmed and ready to go for deployment. So we can just X out of this window and then disconnect our AudioMoth from the computer. After disconnecting the AudioMoth, if we're heading straight to the field, we can move this USB off switch to custom, so that now tomorrow morning this unit will start recording. If you're not heading to the field right away, you can leave this switch in the USB off position, but be sure to switch it to the custom position whenever you actually set the unit up in the field. To place this AudioMoth in the case, we're going to line up the microphone picture here. There's a little hole in the microphone there, that's the microphone for the unit, and it goes right behind the microphone cover on the case. So we need to flip it over, and then we can close the case, and then we can mount this unit onto our T-post.